in the week to do the butchering. All those cows down there, it was about 70 miles from Jackson. And he'd go down there, and he drank a lot. And he'd butcher those cows and stuff. And one Saturday, I go in there, and he was wanting to go home in a hurry, boy. He wanted to go home. And it had rained in that old fairground down there where that slaughter pit was, and up from knee deep water. I couldn't get the truck down there. And I had to hire a man to go down in there when I got ready to haul him out of there. And I had Jack Anderson. He was a cop. Well, he finally got a, he worked for me at that time, a big guy, big as you back in the day, and he and I used to fight on him. And he worked for me. And he said, I'm not going to shake in the cold, rain too. And he said, I'm not going to shake a hide unless I have a couple of bottles of Jake. They had these little bottles, 2 ounces of Jake. They got the Jake leg back in the day, and they'd walk. And when they got it, you could tell anybody drink that stuff, man, they couldn't walk. They got that Jake leg, and I just knew I'd go get it. And it was awful, boy. And just like polio almost. But anyways, I'd buy him 2 bottles of Jake, and I'd brush one. We'd put it in a Coca-Cola or either orange, you know, it's hot. Jamaican gin, you ever drink it? You know, it used to be, of course, that kind wasn't good, but the drugstore now, that kind they got at the drugstore was sure enough good, but this wasn't good. But anyways, I was down there, and he and I was going to weigh the hides, see? And he said, oh, come on, give me $5,000 and catch me. I said, no, man, you're crazy, you haven't got that many hides. Give me a draft here for $5,000. I said, no, sir. And we argued. I said, no, we're going to shake them out. And we shook them out, got them on the barrels, you know, put 2 barrels, and you put them over and just pile them up a pile and enough to drain the water out of them, see? And so, and I tell you, I'll tell you what I'm going to do now, Jack. I knew he had $6,000 for the hide. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you Ray, for $4,000. You want it? You take it. You can go catch your train and go if you want to. I don't think you had to get your train. Big cold. He was drinking. And he, on his horse out there, really was. And he says, he came back, he said, I'll tell you what you do. I won't buy, you want to open it for, give me $4,500. I said, okay. We'll trade. So I told the old Jack, I said, Jack, I said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We'll go out.
I was always so little I couldn't carry it around.
We couldn't get in there with the truck, and I had to get this man to bring it. I said, we're going to weigh that truck, and we're going to get this guy to haul this stuff and these hides out of here. And I weighed up, and I had $6,600 worth of hides. That's a lot of money back in those days. So I give my company what I paid for, and I took and I give them some of the, I think I gave them $500 the guess off, and I took the rest, and Mr. Kaplan took that and went in the bank for me. I had to carry it. So he said, don't mind coming now, don't store it. If you make any extra money, I want it. And so I carried it up. And so that's how I built up so much money with him, and I spent it, I don't know how. I got by. But you can get by.
2 plus 2.
No, I'm out of that. That's not.
But talking about finished school, I did. I was making so much money.
No reason.
No. Well, you didn't think you had to have an education, see, back in those days. You didn't think you had to. Because the people that I knew, Mr. College, when I worked in the drugstore there in West End, across the street from the big house, and he couldn't even hardly sign his name. President of Buick Place, everything, was a rich man. And I said, and he could hardly sign his name. N.W. Collins, I'll never forget him. Never forget him.
You know, Pappy, you know what I want you to tell a story about? I told Donna. It's raw head and bloody bone. Isn't that what it was?
I got one like, now this is no think about that there when we was kids, and over at Aunt Minnie's house at Kearney Hunt, that was her son. And she had a daughter named Ethel wasn't too bright. Well, she was, but she couldn't talk, what have you. And Mary, the older girl, was pretty and smart as she could be. But Ethel wasn't too bright and what have you. She couldn't talk. That was one thing.
What's 10 times 10?
And one day, they really scared us.
4 times.
Curly and I, we sat down on steps over the back. I'd say it was 8 or 10 steps up to the top of the house.
What's your age?
But anyways, she was in there cleaning up the kitchen, sweeping the kitchen, dining room out, you know. And she kept running out the door, and she hollered. She said, "Rawhead and Buddy blows behind the door."
I wasn't stupid.
She said, "Yeah, Rawhead and Bloody Bones behind the door." And me and him started running. We didn't know what we didn't know what it was. She got tickled and she just let her break.
This silly girl's making me spell and add and everything. And she thinks but I'm not stupid. She's found out I'm a smart girl.
That's right. Helen doesn't spell anything on
Okay, I wish she'd tell me about
All you gotta do is pronounce it, son, and if you pronounce it correctly, I can spell it.
it. You always could do that.
I ain't so sure I
She
can
can
one
spell.
word.
Oh.
I guess
She
Hey,
said,
that-
Missy said, spell Terrio. Okay? So, Helen spelled it T-R-R-I-O. And Missy goes, that was close. And Helen goes, C-L-O-S-E. And Missy starts dying laughing. She goes, no, I'm talking about you almost had it.
This little guy can throw that ball.
Pappy, what about that story you used to tell me about when did you go out in the woods and something about you were chopping or anyway, what happened is like, I don't know, anyway, whatever you were chopping or put down into the ground caught your pants.
Oh, no, this is, now my mother told, used to, you know, you didn't have anything, back years ago in the evenings, kids would have been out playing hide and seek, you know. The moon was shining and what have you, you know, you'd out play hide and seek after supper, and my daddy worked at night and he wasn't home, and mother would tell us some old stories about years ago, and when she was a girl, and we'd all sit around her when the, you know, huddle up to get scared, you know, she gets scared in those scary tales, and she's told this, she made, I don't know, I think she was, I don't know why she said it really happened, but I don't know. I still don't believe it. And they're having a party. They'd have back in the country, back up around Forest, Mississippi, back out, going out back. She said they would have a party every Saturday night. Not a party, but you'd stay over at my house this Saturday night, and they'd stay. All the girls would come. It's just switch around, you know. And said this girl, if they spent the night with, they used to have cemeteries right in for the family right in the backyard, you know, with a fence around it, and I can just see them now. And she said there was they'd been to a dance, and they came in, and it was about 11 o'clock, and they was all in there in the kitchen, you know, and they were, because, oh yeah, on Saturday night they could stay up to 11, and they were in there and talking, and who is brave, you know, and this and that, you know, bragging, you know, and they said, who's game enough to go out there in that grave and drive a stop in it? Nobody. One girl, she said, I'm brave enough. I'll go out there and drive a stop in it. And she had, of course, they all wore those long dresses. And she took that stop and drive down in the ground, drive in the grave. She didn't know her dress was in that stop, and she drove her dress down into the grave, you know, with that stop. And she started to get up, and something had a hold of her dress. She couldn't get up, and she fainted, had a heart attack, died.
Isn't that an easy way to go?
And she could tell some of the scariest tales, you know.
Crazy people. We used to tell the most asinine stuff. The most
I used to tell it to the
stupid
kids.
stories I have ever
Oh,
heard.
Pappy used to tell some story.
Oh, he used to
Oh,
do
but he
that.
used to tell about the time he used to get whipped behind the, what did you used to get whipped with all the time? Your dad took you behind the
Oh, Miss
sawmill?
Cornett,
No,
not his
my
dad.
daddy
his
never did
mother.
whip. I don't think he ever whipped.
Your mom took
He-
you,
Mama beat